I got a feeling today's gonna be the day we find the Nolan. But I'm realistic, so I'm gonna show you some nice cards before we rip into this box of 1991 Upper Deck. And I got a curious question for you. Here is my Nolan Ryan rookie, 1968 Topps, in an X-Mint 6 condition. Here's my Johnny Bench, 1968 Topps rookie in an X-Mint 6 condition. Nolan Ryan is a $2,000 card in a 6. Johnny Bench is a $400 card in a 6. All things being equal, Hall of Fame, one of the best ever at his position. Hall of Fame, not Jerry Kuzma, Hall of Fame, best ever, one of the best ever in his position. Generational talent. They're not super duper different, but this card is 5 times the price of this card. It's supply and demand. There must be much more Nolan Ryan collectors. That's all I could guess. And just in case I pull nothing good out of this hobby box, wax box, foil box of cards, just want to show you some nice cards. Here's my Nolan Ryan rookie, my Johnny Bench rookie. Those are in the PC. Love those 2 cards. And now, let's rip into some 1991 Upper Deck and try to find the on-card auto of the Ryan Express. 36 packs, as we always do, the first of every month. We look for the Nolan, and we look for the short print Michael Jordan baseball card. The Nolan Ryan auto, if you were to go out and buy one, you could probably get one for about $1,000, $1,200, depending on grade. And then there's the variability of the signature, quality of signature. Because if you look back 1991, autographs weren't a big thing. Bill Murphy. So, Cecil. And Braves. So because they weren't a big thing, nobody really cared. Nobody really put a lot of effort into ensuring that the autographs look good. So what you see is some of the autographs on these cards, you look on, like, say, vintage card prices or card ladder, and you can see previous sales. The blue markers faded. The autographs are just really poor quality. And that's because they were just ripping through it, you know? Nolan Ryan probably wasn't paid a lot to do it. It was a pretty new thing. I said, hey, you know, here's 2,500, rip through them. And at the time, Nolan Ryan's like 40 years old. He's like, I got to sign my name 2,500 times and then number it. So he didn't really care, I bet. I'm sure he didn't put a lot of effort. And it shows. Not that the autographs were sloppy, it was just that the ink, the blue ink, a little faded. Plus the fact that they're 40 years old. So even if you pull one out of a pack, there's no guarantee that the autograph will look good. Honestly, I wouldn't care though. I want to pull one out of a pack because I want the card. Now what's interesting is that every time I've opened this, the Nolan Ryan insert's always in the back. The Jordan or the Nolan Ryan are always in the back. So far we haven't seen one. Is it Ricky? Does that bode well for us? We're going to get one Nolan Ryan and it'll be the autograph? Or is that just random collation? As they say, random sequencing. I suppose 1991 was long before these companies figure out how to seed hits, where you're guaranteed, you know, you're going to get one refractor per. So you have the back card is the Nolan Ryan insert set. So that would be the checklist, which would have the autograph on it. It'd be on the back. So if I open packs this way, we're going to be able to sweat the last card. This one's just a commemoration of his 5,000th strikeout. The checklist itself is the one where the autograph is on-card auto numbered to 2,500. I do this the first of every month, and I've pulled probably 5 Michael Jordan short prints. That's pretty cool. But obviously, Never pulled the autograph. Because if I did, I would move on to something else. This is true needle in a haystack kind of stuff. But when you think about the numbering in today's modern day and age, if you pull the Paul Skeens refractor number to 2,500, it wouldn't be worth much more than the base. 2,500 is a huge number. That's a big, big, big print run. But 1991, it was unheard of. They didn't really do numbered inserts back in 91. So to number anything, there's the Mark Grant throwing a football. There's the Donruss Elites. They're numbered to like what? 10,000? Ken Griffey Sr. with Junior in the picture. Cool card, not worth a lot. Like most of these cards in 91, none of them worth a lot. Realistically speaking, the Jordan and the Nolan Ryan autograph are the only cards worth anything in raw condition. But because you do have the chance at the short print, the short print Jordan comes about once in every 4 boxes on average. And then there's a chance at the Nolan Ryan autograph. These boxes still maintain some value. Right around $30, $40 for a sealed box. And I have to suspect there was some regionality because the holograms are always clustered. You know, there's some holograms I've never seen, but I've got 1,000 Atlanta Brave holograms. Why? I guess because these boxes came from the East Coast and they put in NL East teams, I guess. Tommy Glavine. I'm only putting the Hall of Famers aside because I've got a big box, multi-row box where I'm putting together Hall of Fame cards. Just runs of Hall of Famers. And in theory, when I get the run up to, a couple hundred, I'll put them in a lot on eBay. Might be, a lot of 500 Hall of Famers base cards or 50 Ken Griffey Jr. cards, something like that. It's the only way these base cards have value is when they're coupled with a bunch of others. So there's the Nolan Ryan insert. This one is just the 1979 back home, but it is the back card and will be backwards. So it'll make it easy to sweat if we tell it's the checklist. Or the Jordan will just jump out at us because you'll see it. Rafi Palmeiro, Eric, Tommy Glavine. I do this every month, so none of these cards really impress me. Other than I'm just chasing the hits, going through it pretty fast, not going through every card because there's really nothing to look at here. Nice photography, nice quality cards. But unlike modern product, there's no refractors. Nothing is numbered except the autograph. There's no image variations. It's the same cards over and over again. It was an 800 card base set. The high series, this is the low series with the Find the Nolan. The high series had Find the Hank Aaron autograph. I might be all in 1991 out. If I ever find the Nolan Ryan, I probably would move on to something totally different. There's a Griffey Jr. It's a 30-year card. He's got the 89, which is worth like $4,000 now in a PSA 10. His market's gone out of control. All markets gone out of control, actually. High-end sports cards have really, really taken off. I'm not sure why, but I'm here for it. Like that Nolan Ryan card I showed you earlier, that Nolan Ryan rookie. It's 25% higher than I paid for it, and I paid pretty strong on it. It's gone up by 25%, so I'm happy about that. Wouldn't want to have to buy another one. Pretty much the PSA 6 is selling for what the PSA 7 was selling for the 6th when I bought mine, which was about 4 years ago. After the COVID boom, when they come back down to earth, and prices got down to, what they should have been probably. Nice, steady, healthy growth in a general upward trend, because there's value in nostalgia, there's value in fungible assets, so to speak, things you can physically touch. You could hold them, you could display them, you could pass them down to your kids. That was a Hall of Famer. Beach ball. So there's a lot to be said for baseball cards, sports cards in general. Andy Johnson. And there's an insert. Is not the checklist. We'll be able to tell if it's the checklist. My base out of the way here. About half the box. So I'm aware of it. We are nearing the end of the playoffs. Nearing the, not the end of the playoffs, but the playoffs are full swing. We'll have a champion soon. Don't know who it's going to be. But a lot of teams are setting themselves apart. It's just a matter of who can stay healthy, stay hot at the right time. And there certainly is a lot of teams that underwhelmed us this year. A lot of players that fell short of expectations this year. I had a handful of prop bets, player props, and one of them was that both Dion, Coach Prime. One of my bets was that both Corbin Carroll and Gunnar Henderson would hit 30 home runs. I based it on the fact that they were both Rookie of the Years. They're both capable of doing it. And then Gunnar Henderson got hurt. He's had a pretty good year. He's batting like 280, but, because he was out so long, he couldn't put up a big number. So I lost that bet. I also bet that the Kansas City Royals would win the division going to the World Series. They were kind of underwhelming. Jack Caglione didn't really perform at the level the hype would have indicated. Pitching is what it is. The league was interesting this year. Definitely a lot of big market teams came through, but then you see a team like the A's, very, very young. It's a funny card. Jose leaned. Young teams. The Tiger. I don't know where the Tigers came from. Unbelievable. There's what you could call parity in the league. There are some teams that are playing good baseball, playing good fundamentals, and there's teams like the Cubbies that were playing good, and down the stretch they started playing like garbage. And now football season is upon us. We're deep in football season. Basketball, the NBA starts up in about 3 weeks. Ricky. Triple exposure. Pidgeot. Ventura. All right, Sandberg. A lot of Hall of Famers in this pack. So obviously I love football. Basketball, not a big fan of, but I can't deny the appeal of wax, the chase. Looking for downtowns and optic, as you've seen, and you will continue to see. That's a beautiful product. Maybe taking a look at what Topps Chrome offers, depending on what they release. Who's to say? We don't know if there's going to be Topps Chrome in October. We don't know if there's going to be finest licensed basketball. We don't know. But Fanatics has big plans, and they have the license to 3 of the 4 big sports, and they are going to produce a lot of product. And someone's going to be very, very nice. Todd Van Poppel. And a PSA 10, that's like a $100 card, but I'm not sending it in. PSA, it's a real gamble on $25. Plus, PSA has been a little slow with their turnarounds, and prices have gone up. When I first sent cards to the PSA in like the early 90s, 93 maybe, I remember it was $8 a card. You would send cards to PSA for $8. And the turnaround time, I don't remember being extraordinary. It was probably came back in a few weeks. It was $8 to send the card away to get slabbed and graded. Pretty remarkable. So you could send pretty much anything. There was no risk. You weren't losing money. It was only $8. That's the checklist. This is the checklist right there. That's what it looks like. So if we're getting the autograph, that's where it would be. And that's the card. Is it chipper auto? Hold on to that. National League sticker. Bedrock. So put that aside. We're going to sweat checklist because if there's an autograph in here, that's it. Keep that off to the side. We're going to see if we can pull the Jordan or maybe another checklist. That's what it would look like. And if that's it, it would have blue Sharpie signature, hand numbered at 2,500, 2,500. There's no indication in the back as I look at it as to what, if it's the autograph. It's not like the serial number on the back is different. There's no telling. Lee Smith, but I got faith. We're going to find the Nolan. Say it with me. Find the Nolan. Find the Nolan. We're going to find the Nolan. And we're going to stop this miserable chase and move on to something else equally daunting. Like maybe the 1990 Upper Deck where you have the Find the Reggie. Reggie also signed 2,500 cards, hand numbered. But what Reggie did, he actually put inscriptions. He put inscriptions in some of his autographs. One of them, he actually inscribed Mr. October. That's worth way more than just the regular autograph. But that's super cool. He left Easter eggs throughout the product, and nobody really knows about all of them because he hasn't announced it. But a couple have come to market and go, oh, wow, look at that. Card number 714 out of 2,500. He made allusions to the Babe Ruth. Obviously, Babe Ruth has 714 career home runs. That's pretty cool. It's Easter eggs throughout the product. And, it's been like 35 years, and we don't know what still exists because there's so much of this product, number one, produced, and so much of it's still outstanding. We may never know all the things he wrote. The first one, numbered 1 out of 2,500, first in the print, so to speak. 2,500 out of 2,500. He might have done all kinds of silly stuff. That might be something I look into if we ever find the Nolan Ryan autograph. I'm going to have to move on to something compelling. That might be a run. And that set isn't as valuable. The box aren't that valuable because there's no big rookies, and you don't have the Jordan short print. The Jordan short print does increase the value of these. Because even now, in a PSA 10, that Jordan's like $450. Base, it's like $20. So it's valuable. You can never sell the box for less than $20-$30 because one of every 4 has the Jordan. So this is the last pack of this wax box, October 1st edition of the Find the Nolan 1981 Upper Deck series. Thank you guys for watching 845 Sports Cards, New York's Hudson Valley with all my foil dust. So we didn't get the Jordan because it would have been right there. There's Nolan, so we got a base Nolan, Rock Reigns, National League, Sabo, Joe Orsolak. Nice, we got a base Nolan. We got a Nolan rookie. Do we have an autograph? Again, thank you guys for watching. 845 Sports Cards, New York Hudson Valley. Like, comment, subscribe for much, much more. We do this once a month, but we also do all kinds of other content. And we want to find the Nolan on Card Auto. We want the auto. Not this month, boys. Not this month. We didn't get it. That's where it would be. We didn't get it. That's all right. We still got our PC. We got Ryan. We got Schmidt. Johnny Bench. But we did not get the big hit this month. We'll be back at it next month. And we'll be back at other things, other chases, other rips, educational content, informative content, entertaining content. It's all here. 845 Sports Cards, New York Hudson Valley. Thank you guys for watching. Like, comment, subscribe if you like this good stuff. Chase will continue. See you guys next time. Later.